Good morning, Rockstars, and welcome back to the Quilting Rockstars here on YouTube. My name is Holly, a Knight of String and Story, and it is my job to guide you to quilt with confidence. And I am joined by the amazing Darcy Struble, who also works here at String and Story on Maine. It did occur to me I should double check our settings to make sure our mic is working. If you are watching us, oh yeah, we don't want that microphone. Is it too late to change? We're gonna try, y'all.
Is it too?
We're getting wild in here. Testing. If you are watching live, can you hear us now that I just messed with stuff? That's really the important question.
Yes.
Woo! We've been running around a lot this morning. We've
been a little bit crazy.
Busy. If you missed the announcement, I would be negligent if we went another moment without saying congratulations to our dear friends over at Aurifil. Aurifil won Best Piecing Thread and Best Quilting Thread in the Fons in the Fons and Porter Love of Quilting Reader's Choice Awards this week. So, huzzah! We love them. And so, in celebration, we brought quite a bit of Aurifil. I'm going to bring our light over so the colors show up a little more.
These are just all the colors that I always choose.
That's true. Those are your colors. Uh-oh. Do we need a Rockstar Darcy box?
Oh my gosh, I think we do, apparently.
Oh, we might have to make a Rockstar Darcy box.
It's going to be all pinks and purples and reds. Wines. We're trying to get some light up in here. It's a little dreary. It's actually not dreary. It's a beautiful day outside. How's the weather where you guys are? Oh, good. Michelle can hear us. Yay. Okay.
That's great news.
What are you all working on this morning? Are you working and watching? I work and watch while I watch YouTube. So, you know.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Now we have a little more light on the matter.
Hello.
Good morning, Marianne. So yeah, this morning we brought some of our favorite threads. We thought we'd talk about thread colors, especially because we have a couple of new threads that just came into the shop. And I discovered a new favorite this week that I want to share with y'all. And then I'm going to sit in piece. It looks like you're going to work on some chain piecing.
I am using the sunflower quilts little
We got to get those in the shop.
My gosh. I actually need one of these for my, I was using a seam ripper and it was just so sad. Every time I seam ripped, I was like, I wish I had a sunflower.
You know, you can also use this on the side of your machine.
Yeah,
and
but then it's like awkward.
That's true. It's not as nice as that. It's not as nice as that.
This is so great. Okay.
Yeah.
Not sponsored.
My
we do not sell
ladies,
this.
I love y'all. If you're watching, will you email me and remind me that I need to give you money in exchange for seam rippers? Or thread cutters.
Pretty please.
Hello, Lynn. You've never tried Aurifil. Oh no, we might have to change that. Good morning, Abby. Yeah, we can fix that. Okay. So quick, what are your 3 favorite things about Aurifil?
Oh my gosh, quick. It's good for everything. I've used it, especially with linen. When I sew linen garments, it's really great for sewing with linen.
Yeah.
It has a similar, it's cotton, but it has like a similar feel and similar wash and care instructions as linen. So that's great. Love that. It's just beautiful. It retains color. I've never had any bleeding issues. Yeah. What are your favorite
That's
things?
a really interesting point because I was noticing one of Jem's quilts. So those of you who have been here for a hot second, you'll remember when we did a Lanterns of Hope quilt along like years ago now. Oh no, will you turn up the air? Yes. The air is so loud. And I pulled big prints from my stash to make a Lanterns of Hope quilt, and it's Jem's bed quilt. And it's interesting because it gets a lot of washing because it's, a kid quilt. And it's interesting noticing which brands fade with heavy washing because it's got a bunch of different brands in it. But it's also interesting noticing that my thread has not faded. My thread looks beautiful. It is still as shiny and excellent as the day I stitched it on that quilt. So I agree with you on that. It's got that nice little sheen. I love that Aurifil has a lot of colors. It's easy to balance your tension when free motion quilting. Y'all know I'm a diehard 50 weight a girl here. And then I was like, guru girl, super fan. What
all of the things.
All of the above. And then the other thing that I love about Aurifil that has less to do directly with thread, and so this especially affects me, right? Because I talk to them a lot. But those of you who have had to reach out to their customer service know this. They're just a phenomenal company.
Yes.
They're lovely people with wonderful values. They care about stuff that matters. And it just makes them a joy to work with.
You know what another great thing is? This is just in general, but I find it with Aurifil. But when there's something that's popular and loved, there is no shortage of tutorials and information on it that you can on the internet. And that makes it really nice to use, because if you're wondering like, how do I use this for whatever project I have at hand? Somebody has done it, and somebody will tell you how to do it. And I love that.
There's good resources. That's a great point.
Resources are
Their
great.
blog is awesome. The Aurifil blog.
Yes.
So cool.
I use it for my English paper piecing too.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So we're here. If that wasn't obvious, we're going to gush about Aurifil today. So first thing I want to do, let me grab my seam ripper so I can actually open these up, is we have a couple of new colors that came in. Only one of these is strictly new. The other two have been kind of hiding in our inventory, and you may or may not have known they were there. So I'm going to highlight all three. For those of you who are part of Aurifil Color Builders this year, I dropped off these threads at the mailbox for you today. So they're on their way to you. So Color Builders, you've got these coming. Everyone else, I want to make sure that I highlight them for you, because we have it's two variegated that is solid, kind of new to the radar around here. And I brought, Darcy, you're probably going to end up awkwardly holding this fabric for me.
Okay.
We do this. But I brought some black thread so we can actually like unspool in front of it, and it'll hopefully show up for the camera.
Oh, that's so brilliant.
So here are our colors. It is this really lovely, light, buttery color. Then this very bright, this is almost neon. This goes with that neon. Where's that neon fabric you've been obsessing about?
Oh my gosh, yes.
She's been obsessing about this fabric. This is like a neon kind of limoncello, yellow to white variegated, and it matches perfectly.
Y'all, I have been staring at this fabric since it came here, like 3 months ago, and like I've done nothing with it. Just stare.
Now you have thread
now
to
I have
continue
thread
to do nothing with, or to do something with.
Ooh.
Your whole cloth project for Free Motion Quilting Academy.
Oh boy.
Lemon trees. It would be wonderful. So let's see. This buttery color was Aurifil 2123. All right. This is 3910, our kind of neon, gentle variegated. And then this bolder orange and yellow variegated is 4658. Okay. And I just want to, if you'll hold that up, I'm just going to unspool these in front of this kind of black fabric a bit. You might need to move closer. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm making her do crazy stuff. While I'm doing this, by the way, if y'all have a favorite color of Aurifil, I want y'all to shout about it in the comments. I want you to send recommendations. Okay, so this is that buttery color. You can see it's just a gentle, kind of a warm white. It's just a step away from warm white.
Yeah, that really does. Wait, I'm trying to figure out how. Okay, there we go. That really does pop well.
It does, yeah. I'm excited about this one.
Oh boy.
By the way, what I'm doing right now, y'all, is exactly the method I use to choose colors for quilting. Is I just unspool it.
On the thing, it looks like popcorn.
Oh, it does. This is a very
like
butter pop. It looks like butter
popcorn,
pop, or those butter popcorn jelly beans.
Oh, yeah, it does.
So it goes from like a white to a bright yellow.
Love that.
And so if I'm doing this on a quilt, I just unspool it across a bunch of the quilt, and then you can really see how those colors are going to show up. Then last but not least, notice, by the way, I'm finding the end by popping that off, and the end was hidden here. See? Pro tip.
And you know what the other pro tip is? You can put it back when you store them.
You can put it back when you store them.
I learned that when Kate was here, and I was like, my life is
forever changed. So again, we got this yellow into kind of a really light yellow, and then there's a little bit of orange. So pretty.
It's so beautiful.
So pretty. All right. That'll do for now. Okay, we'll do more in a minute. So anyway, I wanted to highlight these for y'all. If you've got projects going on, by the way, always remember that if you're local to us, you can come in and we'll actually unspool the Aurifil on your quilt for you. But just to review, new colors. Yay.
Absolute
all right.
Favorite Aurifil color is a pale green.
Oh, is it 2800? I bet it's 2800.
I love greens and blues. I love greens and blues too. Actually, it sounds like I just like all the colors, doesn't it?
It does.
I like blues and greens and oranges and purples, pinks.
This is 2908, but that's not the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I agree though. Blues and greens it says that blues and greens either blend in or accent. And I agree with that completely. Blues and greens are like really good for just about everything. I can't think of a situation in which I'm like, blue would be bad.
Right?
Or green would be bad.
Green would be bad. Yeah, I can't either. That's an interesting point. All right, why can't I find my 2800?
Okay, well.
Was this it?
Let's see, my absolute favorite Aurifil, honestly, is whatever I'm using at the time. Right now, I'm using the 2783. I love that.
Amen. Darcy, how much do you hate changing the thread color on your machine?
I never change the thread color on my machine unless it's like necessary. Like if I'm sewing seams, and they go on the inside of my clothing, no one's going to see it. The seams are going to be bright orange.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
The moment I'll change it is when I have to start top stitching.
I love that. I love that.
Right now we're on pale pink because that's what's in my machine.
Because this is wonderful. I love this. Is also on brand for you. Let's see. 4665 is a very good deep blue. Ooh, is that the one I'm thinking?
I love that.
My drawer is over here. That's what I'm digging in.
Okay, while you're digging for that, can I show off the
Yes,
mosaic quilt?
do.
So Brittany from Lo and Behold Stitchery has a course coming out in a couple weeks, right?
Soon, like
very
soon.
Now. There's gonna be more information. We'll actually be affiliates for that, so we'll get to be talking about that more, and we're really excited about it. But I got to test the pattern for her, and I'm almost done. I have like 6 seams left. It's very exciting stuff. But this is one of the,
Oh, look how pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay, now this was the Heather bundle?
This was the Heather bundle that I picked apart, and I will pull out the exact colors pretty soon here.
Yeah.
And write them down.
We'll make a kit too.
The background, we'll make a kit for this, but the background is brick. It's such a beautiful, this feels like fall, but like kind of romantic, whimsical fall.
Yeah. This feels like You've Got Mail kind of fall.
Yeah, exactly.
Like daisies and the farmer's market and chinos and all I ever wanted to be was Meg Ryan in that movie.
Now I sort of snuggle up in this and go to a farmer's market.
Yes. Yes.
We're getting there.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so that's one of the panels. I mean, each of the stars are a little bit different, but they all go together. She did such a great job writing this pattern. Like truly.
She always does.
It should not shock us, but every time that I start one of her patterns, I'm amazed.
We're just delighted.
Again. So
she's a delight. Her patterns are a delight.
Mosaic Star. And the pattern itself will be coming out if you're not interested in the course in, I think, the end of November, she said, or mid-November, something like that.
Yeah. But listen, if you've never taken a piecing class, especially around triangles and bias edges, just get in the class. Honestly, it's going to be so incredible. And she's
a phenomenal teacher.
Honestly, I need to go through and take both of her classes because I have no formal training on precision anything. And we all know I could use it.
Oh my goodness. It'd be fun to take. I just love taking classes. I could spend my whole life just taking classes.
Maybe we need, you already made it. So you've already sort of gone to triangle school. Maybe I need to go to triangle school.
I just want to watch all the videos.
Yeah, that's fair. Oops, sorry, Heavy.
Okay, and then the last.
Hello, Alicia. Oh yeah, let me see. Oh my gosh.
So that's the
green.
I know.
What is it with your quilts and the greens?
Every time I do a quilt that has green in it, just really just.
But you know what? It's because you like pink and purple, and green and red are complementary colors, and so you get this kind of citrusy green in there up against this purpley red.
Yeah. And it really just
the color wheel knows what it's talking about. Incredible.
Who knew?
It does its job.
So
miracles.
Speaking of courses, I'm also taking Free Motion Quilting Academy. So
more reasons to have friends.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out, I think I'll probably do a meander on this quilt. And we'll hang it here in the shop. So we'll have an example of more of a beginner.
I love that.
What beginners can do. Because I think a lot of people come in and they're really concerned that.
Well, that would be perfect for any folks who take triangle school and then they go, well, now I want to quilt it myself. Intro teaches a meander, so folks could jump into Intro to Free Motion Quilting.
Yes, I love that so
much.
And
then be ahead of the game for Free Motion Quilting Academy in the spring if they're not in it now.
So I've been trying to pick out my colors, which is why I pulled my favorite colors out again.
I'm going to interrupt you for one second to answer a question about schedules. One of y'all asked about Free Motion Quilting Academy schedule. It's posted in the Facebook group. Just FYI.
Yay. Okay.
Colors. Let's do it.
So we have time to figure this out, but I'm trying to figure out if I want to go blendy. This is a little bit darker, but I'm sure once you.
What color is that? Let me see if I have it. We'll dig in the drawer.
2460.
2460.
Just babbling about the things today.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness. What luck.
All the other ones I was looking for, I can see them on the machines over here, and that's why it was. Oh yeah, that'll be lovely.
Oh yeah, that would be really pretty. It's a little bit darker, but it almost makes it it's like wine color.
Yeah, this would deepen the kind of the fall effect a little bit.
That's true.
Ooh, I don't know how I got tangled, but I did, as only I could manage. Yeah, that's lovely.
Oh yeah, we love that.
And then even going across these lighter colors, it would not be overwhelming. Yeah,
I like that. And then I have 2 yellows as well, which would be, I guess, brighter. So that would like pull
let's
out
see.
the
What
like
colors
tones.
are those?
We have 2140 and 4150.
There's 4150.
Wow, that was amazing. Magic. It's movie
like,
magic.
It's like we stock the colors I use or something. What was the first one?
2140.
There's 2132.
I don't know. I always close one eye when I'm looking at stuff, and I don't know why, because both of my eyes can see very well. So
lucky you. Neither of my eyes can do their job.
yeah, that was a flex over here.
That's an important flex. Honestly, your eyes working. That's amazing. 2140. There we go. Here, we can open it up because I haven't for some reason.
We'll store those ones over there. Okay, I'm holding this up again. We're just looking at thread colors.
This is what we do. This is what we do with us all the time. This is what we do when y'all come in. Let's see, did you do this one yet?
Not yet. Welcome to a day in the life of working at String & Story.
That would be really pretty.
That would be really pretty.
It would make it sparkle. It would make that background sparkle.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't change too much.
Choices.
What I'm noticing with the variegated threads is they're not metallic, but they almost give the illusion.
Yes.
They give just enough movement that your eyeball is like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It does. It makes it sparkle. And this quilt has felt so sparkly to me from the very beginning.
Yeah, I liked your sparkle filter yesterday. This would be really pretty too.
Oh yeah.
This would also add some sparkle to the background, but not as much.
I think I'd go variegated if I were gonna.
I mean, yeah, if you're gonna go yellow, you might as well go variegated.
And then the last one is 2435.
Oh, I'm sure I have that one.
This is a pretty pink. I like this, like peachy pink.
Yeah, it was in the March red box this year for Color Builders, but it's a gentler red than the last 2 years. Yeah. And for kicks and giggles, let me hand you this for a second. I'm gonna grab the variegated version out too.
Oh, that is really pretty.
Oh, this would be very blendy.
Yeah,
and
this
lovely.
gives you that like
that
feminine fall kind of feel.
Ooh, that's really nice. Mm-hmm. That's very nitty natty with all her pinks and berries.
That's so true. I was watching Nitty Natty while finishing that.
Oh, I love that. And this I think would do similarly. And we know y'all can't quite see all the nuance of this. Okay, you're gonna have to trust us a little bit. But I want you to see the process of this is how we look at colors all the time. Let me get the light and the dark.
See, question. Are there any rules of thumb for how much thread to buy for a quilt? That's a good question. I'm planning a 60 by 80 quilt.
What are you doing on it?
Medium dense quilting plan. A beginner who will most likely need to unpick.
I highly doubt that you'll need to unpick. So don't set yourself up for that mindset. Unless your tension is heinous, we do not unpick. Life is too short for that. Embrace the quilting, embrace the imperfections. That being said, medium dense quilting plan, probably just one spool, but you'll probably need most of it.
I did when I did my Astro, which was about that size.
Yeah. That was pretty dense, and it was one.
Very dense quilting.
And that was one. But so I would get a fresh spool.
Yeah.
Might we recommend some colors? I would get a fresh spool, but you should be good with one. Yeah. Now I think this is going to be really, that's really pretty.
Oh, it is really pretty.
That's really pretty.
Oh, that is beautiful.
That's stunning.
Is that from the same box?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the same kind of color family.
I love it.
So this is, here, I'll hold them up so they can see. This is 2435. It's the solid kind of pinky, peachy red. And then this is 4668, and it's the variegated version. So this is the mid-tone in this. And then it goes a little lighter and a little darker. So good.
So Shelly, thank you.
Yay!
We love the color.
We do love the colors.
Pulling colors is like our favorite part of the whole job. So
I'm realizing I need to iron, and I'm trying to decide the most graceful way to do that. Especially considering my dog's bum is blocking my wool mat.
Yeah, Havana's pretty comfortable right now.
She is. We'll get there in a minute.
We'll get there.
I love all these choices. These are all wonderful.
I know. Now I have the hard decision of choosing between all the good choices.
Yeah. So here's a question, and this popped into my brain. I don't necessarily have a firm answer on this.
Okay, I'm ready.
Now
I'm nervous.
What suggestions can we offer for quilting rock stars who are needing thread, and they need a reasonable color match, but they maybe don't have an Aurifil color card yet? How can we help them succeed at picking out a color?
Oh.
Because shopping online is hard enough. You know, like, so how can we help?
Well, let's see. If they've ordered fabric from us, we can definitely make very easy color matches for you
That's
guys
a-
because we have all the thread
yes.
and we have all the fabric.
So you could be like, I ordered these colors back in this order, and now I need thread for quilting it.
And then you just have to let us know, like, is it a background color? Do you want to match the background color more? Do you want to contrast the background color? Do you want to match one of your like accent colors? So,
and so what you would do for that, if you're like, can you help me? You would send us an email at hello@stringandstory.com and say, I ordered these fabrics, trying to match them. And what we would do is we would pull 3, 4, 5 suggestions and we would lay them out exactly what we've been doing. We'd take a picture and we'd email it back to you and say, which one do you like? And that's a great suggestion.
Yeah.
I love that. If you have the paintbrush color card, then you could say, you know, the colors in my quilt are closest to these really solids. Can you help me match those? Even if you didn't buy them from us.
That's a very good point.
What else?
What else? Oh my goodness. I don't know. Do you have any ideas?
I'm thinking.
We're noodling through this because it is hard, and it's hard for us to get a picture from you and still make a perfect match if we don't know what the color looks like in person. It just makes such a big difference seeing something in real life versus on a screen.
Those are probably my top 2 recommendations. But both of those require either having purchased from us or having bought a color card. So I'm trying to figure out a good workaround.
Well, I mean, obviously, if you're local, you bring it in. But if you're not local, this is where we're struggling with. If you're not local, we are going to think on this.
Yeah, I'm going to doodle on this while we're talking, and I bet we'll come up with some good suggestions.
Yeah, we're idea generators. It's our
it's
our number one skill.
Madeline says, when you say one spool, do you mean one spool regular size spool of Aurifil or the large size? Always large. Yeah. Dear Aurifil, I love you so much. The small spools are only worth it in 2 instances. One, you're either trying Aurifil for the very first time, or you're trying a new weight of Aurifil for the very first time, and you just are not sure if it's going to be your jam. So you want to, it's like a trial. This is like the trial size at Target, right?
Yes.
It is also worth it if you're doing a very small project with a color that is very far outside of your like usual. Yes. Then it might be worth it.
Or baby clothes. Or baby, if you're sewing clothing.
If you're sewing clothing.
And maybe. It's crazy colors.
Yeah, and it's, but generally speaking, just get the large spool. You get so much more thread for your dollar. Yeah. And as Darcy said, the seams are on the inside. It doesn't matter if you're making one quilt that has this wine color in it and you're never going to quilt with it again. You can piece with it.
Yeah. Also, like all of this piecing is pale pink, which you can't even see at this point.
Oh yeah, you can't even see it because it's all pressed open.
Because I pressed everything up. This is the inside, by the way.
Also, feel free to gawk at how beautiful her insides are.
I haven't pressed this part though, so you can kind of see right here the pale pink.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is like I had a pale pink because I don't change my thread when I'm piecing. It's whatever was left on there. And then when I run out of bobbin thread, I also don't refill it. I just pick another bobbin and just.
You and Kate Brennan could start a support group. Or maybe I need a support group for hanging out with y'all's insanity.
Maybe.
I'm quite religious about matching my bobbin. I currently have something on the long arm that I actively chose not to match the bobbin. Ooh, this will be a great segue in talking about this thread.
Oh, I love that.
Because I have the Block Party Summer Pop on the long arm. Check out my Instagram stories if you haven't seen it. It is stunning. And I took a video yesterday too that I can get up for y'all. But it has a very pale pink backing and there's some really bold colors on top. And I was like, we're gonna use a like neutral for the bobbin, which I never do. Especially because I'm pairing it with this madness. Now,
if I'm piecing,
it's
done.
Okay, all right. So the last official color we have to introduce you to, and then I'm going to figure out my pressing situation and whatever else we're doing, is I need to introduce you to Aurifil 3817. Now, this is a wild child. And when Kate Brennan told me that this is one of Aurifil's best sellers, I openly scoffed. I was like,
I think we made fun of it when we were opening the shop. We were like, we will never use this.
I made fun of it hard, and I have to repent.
Me too.
Repent. I take it all back because I'm using this right now, and I chose it for these pops, even though it was crazy because it has all the colors in the thread that I have of pops. It has yellow, it has pink, it has navy, it has green, and I'm like, that's a lot going on. But y'all, I hope y'all can see this. Look at how pretty this thread is.
Oh, yeah.
It's glitter. It's freaking unicorn glitter.
It's so pretty. At some point, well, we were talking about making a reel with the pops for today, but the pops are unreal.
They're unreal.
Some of them are unreal.
They look like they sparkle.
They
and
do.
When I quilted the first one yesterday, the soundtrack in my head was, what if it's awful? Everything's going to be terrible. I finished quilting it and I was like,
it's amazing.
Like, I can't stop looking. You wouldn't have seen it because she DM'd me. I tagged Amy because it's Amy's quilt.
Oh.
And she was like, I cannot. I'm in love. I was like, I know.
It's so good.
So Aurifil 3817, y'all. If you got a brightly colored quilt that has a lot going on, who knew?
This is it.
Who knew? And I'm using it on solids.
I think it would match everything.
I think that's why it's the best. The other bestseller that I made fun of that I probably am going to have to repent about. Let's see if I have a spool of it in here.
See, we know we are not always right, but we're willing to admit when we were wrong.
Listen,
and in this, we were wrong. So here we are, admitting it.
We'll open one up. So this is 4650.
Time to play with it.
Yeah, I'm just going to shamelessly bust right into this. Sorry to my inventory numbers that I just messed up. I will regret that later, but that is a future Holly Ann problem. Okay, so this is another wild child.
Oh yeah.
And putting them next to each other, it's like the greener, cooler version.
I kind of love it.
But it looks like unicorn poop on the spool. Like,
it does.
Let's just be honest
it
about
does.
that. It looks like a rainbow ate some prunes. So sorry for those of you who don't appreciate gross humor.
Can I stay
two little
seated?
boys.
Do I need to move it forward?
I think I might be able to move it forward.
You got it.
Hold on,
I can stand up. I can stop being
no,
lazy.
You're good. Look at this. Can y'all see
That's
this?
really pretty.
It's so pretty. It's like got the green and the white and the orange and the yellow. I probably could have used this one too.
Yeah.
And so I have a new recommendation. Oh, I just made a tangle at the end. I have a new recommendation for busy quilts. I've always said use 2600 because it'll match anything and it'll kind of pick up the colors of the things around it. That's still true. But also consider one of these wild variegateds that just kind of matches everything. It's okay if we have to cut it off. I made a whole tangle.
I like untangling.
Okay, well, she's busy now. So there you go. This is what I learned this week. You know, maybe I need to write a blog about the time I had to repent about Aurifil 3817.
I'm sorry, Aurifil.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to issue an apology. I did text Kate Brennan and was like, I'm sorry I laughed at you.
I was wrong. You were right.
I was wrong. You, in fact, are a whole professional and knew what the heck you were talking about.
Look at that.
Let's see. Lynn says, how many yards does Aurifil have in the large spool and does it come in cones?
It's meters on the bottom, right?
Yeah, meters. It has, I should know how to read this.
Oh, the meter.
Is it 1,300 meters?
Yeah, 1,300.
Yeah, 1,300 meters. I don't remember,
what that because Kate told me.
Yes, I don't remember what that comes out to in yards exactly, but it's a lot.
It's
a
quite
metric yardage ton. I don't know. I would swear there, except we're going to be tasteful. So after I talk about unicorn poo, here we are. Me trying to be tasteful.
We're very tasteful people.
I'm so God bless. God bless me.
Okay, so on unraveling, this is random.
No,
interjection.
must be random because we've now
interjection.
I think we fulfilled our moral duty of gushing about Aurifil. It's been 30 straight minutes.
Okay,
we could keep going, but we could talk about other things.
If any of you ladies are on, or gentlemen, sorry,
if
or non-binary pals, if any of y'all are on Ravelry, knitters here, there's a group for people that like to untangle stuff. And I have thought about joining it. And they send you their tangled yarn and you just get to untangle it. Because I'm sitting here untangling this, even though I could cut it off because I love untangling. It's like one of my thrills in life. Anyway.
I love everything about you. Do you know that? I love everything about you. And you're just sheer raw delight for life. Y'all. This is big rock star energy right here. This is just like raw delight and joy. Is there a way to find a list of all the variegated colors? Conveniently, if you go to our website, stringandstory.com/shop, it is down in the link in the caption of this video. We have a listing that is the 50 weight variegated threads. So you can see all of them. They are also featured, let me get a color card because we do have color cards in the shop. Isn't it beautiful?
So pretty.
It's so beautiful.
I love the red color in it. The red and the pink. Of course.
It's like just right.
Unsurprisingly, I love red and pink.
Unsurprisingly, you love the warm colors.
Yeah.
Also, we do have color cards in stock, but all of the variegators are very nicely right here. But even here, the ones we were just showing you, this is the 3817 on the color card. And this is, what was it, 4650? Is that second one?
4650, I think so. I'll check.
They don't look good on the color card,
4650.
but they're stunning.
Yeah, they're like sneaky little guys.
They're sneaky. They're sneaky.
Why do they sneak?
I don't know. What'd you just do?
I filled the lid of my cup up. I take the lid off and try to fill up water.
Oh, yeah. That's
Water.
unfortunate.
Everybody drink your water today. Don't forget.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
This will let from my grace.
All right, so everybody,
All right.
what time is it where you are?
Yeah, what time is it where you are? What are you working on? Thank you for listening to us gush about Aurifil.
What are you doing for lunch?
Yeah, and if you have any questions about Aurifil, please ask. Like, truly, would love to help. Let's see.
We're gonna have ramen today. That's the general consensus here.
I forgot to eat breakfast, so I am
ramen immediately.
Very hungry.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like.
My plan is to do that before we like fully open, because then we can like sit on the chairs and eat our ramen.
Yeah,
have a relaxing ramen
nice.
Eating time.
Oh.
Do you want me to order ramen while?
Yeah, do that. Order ramen right now, boo.
Okay, let's do that. Where'd my phone go? This is my life.
Where the hell my phone? Where the hell my phone? Best Lizzo song, by the way.
That's the actual soundtrack of my life.
I know, and it's all. I love it. I love getting to sing my favorite Lizzo song at every available opportunity. Okay, see, now I've run into an issue where I need to be cutting. I did not think through my productivity for this live.
So instead we're sitting and chatting.
I did not think this through, y'all.
Terry Thorne, hello.
Yay! I'm trying to think. Other tips I have for working with Aurifil. It likes to come off the end of the spool. I have many tips. I'm just going to sit here and come up with them. It likes to come off the end of the spool. So if you have a horizontal spool pin, make sure it's pulling from the end. If it's vertical, make sure it's pulling up.
Michelle,
right?
leftover pizza sounds good. Sorry to interject.
Oh my gosh. Yum.
I love leftover pizza.
No, I love leftover pizza. I was going to have leftover fried rice, but I left it in the fridge at home, because my house is an entire 300 yards from here. But if I'm going to walk 300 yards, I can have ramen.
We're going to get ramen. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay, what else are we working on? What other show and tell items do we have around here these days?
Okay.
Can we show off the kits that I
Yeah,
reboxed yesterday?
absolutely.
Grab Metamorphosis.
Yep.
Basically, these videos exist entirely for us to play show and tell and gush to y'all. If that wasn't apparent.
Yeah, and I literally started a YouTube channel where I can play show and tell my own projects.
I love show and tell. Okay, so these are kits. Full disclosure, these are not new kits. Y'all have seen these before, but I put them in new boxes and they're really cute.
We're working towards an idea of making these kits more like super fun experiences for y'all to like enjoy.
And having like a monthly new kit.
Yes. And exactly. That's kind of where we're going. And we're thinking like little like extras and things that are going to make it feel special and sparkly and like make the whole quilting experience magical. Because there's nothing better like opening up like a Hogwarts trunk. It's like our little Hogwarts trunk.
A little Happy Mail prize. And starting to think these are a little bit more involved, but thinking through having a lot of them be projects that you could feasibly finish in a month.
Yes.
And that you get everything you need from the fabric for the top to the thread to the batting, all of it. So it's just easy. And you're like, this is what I'm going to work on. I'm going to work on it with my Quilting Rockstars. I'm going to tune in on Thursday mornings and work on this project.
Yeah, watch some videos, light a candle, drink some tea, and make your quilt.
I love this plan
how
for
magical does that sound for winter
I
coming
know.
up, right?
Oh, yay. So anyway, we're practicing our packaging because we're new at all this. That really hit me this week. I was reading a book about, like having a store. And it really hit me. String and Story turned 6 in July, but having fabric and thread and everything is really, really, really new for us.
That's true.
So we're still practicing things like our packaging. So anyway, I upgraded the Astra.
It's so pretty.
This is, if you've been tuning into some of the videos where I've been quilting this version of the Astra, this is a kit for the throw size for the Monica Astra. I affectionately,
do you have that somewhere around?
It's right here.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can grab it.
I affectionately call this Fiesta Astra because it looks like someone's having a fiesta and it's really, really fun. So this is the pattern, this is everything but the batting and the binding you could do with your leftover background. So it includes the backing, these lovely sprout woven backing for a really soft finish.
And you guys, when we made this, we cut up all the scraps and we turned them into confetti and threw it. And it was so much fun.
It was so much fun.
And then if you make this, I highly recommend do the same thing. Have some fun.
Do it and take a video and send it to us.
Yes.
And then people came in right after we did that, and we were sitting, I kid you not, sitting crisscross applesauce in the middle of the floor, laughing in a pile of confetti, and like actual customers walked in, and we were like,
they were not on the same level. They were like, what is this?
I think they probably thought we were high. We were just high on life. It's fine.
This is what
it looks like. It's beautiful. I'm almost done quilting it. One of these days I'm gonna finish it. Yay! Story of my life.
It's I love a good scrappy quilt, clearly, as I keep making them scrappy. But it's just so fun. Like there's just always something new to look at. It always draws your eyes to the block in a slightly different way.
Yeah, I feel like they're friends.
They do. Exactly. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
like every
you
block,
got a vibe, girl.
I do. I have a vibe.
I love it.
Every block in each of these, it just the way that like the colors are different and everyone draws your eyes to a different place. Like here, this is subtler, but then your eyes go to that in this one. So like you see a different part of it. You see it in a different way when you do scrappy quilts. And I love scrappy. Love that.
And notice that this works scrappy with solids too. Like it still works. That's so cool.
Like here, like with the bright there, like I feel like you're drawn right into that bright. Whereas like with the dark up here, that's not the part of the block that you're immediately like your eye goes straight to that right there.
I think that's what makes it look like fiesta is your eyes kind of all over the place. It's having a party.
Yeah. So that is what that kit would make.
Susan says, like a subscription, sign me up.
I love it.
Susan, we've been going back and forth. I don't think it's going to be a full subscription because I know that some people's schedules are going to kind of wax and wane. So as of right now, I think it's just that there'll be like a new release at the beginning of the month. And so you'll just be able to log in and snag it, basically. Yeah. So regular, not necessarily like an auto pay situation. And we would love for you to sign up.
Yes.
We would love for you to make all the quilts, Susan.
We would be so happy because we'll be doing it live as we start this in January. We'll be, one of us will be quilting it as well. Yeah. Which will make it super fun, like very like connected. And we love that.
So like loosely a quilt along, not a super formal quilt along. Yeah. It'll be like the project that is getting worked on. And let's be honest, it'll probably mostly be Darcy doing a lot of it because I will still be working on my Aurifil color builders from this year.
I also own that being a decently fast piecer.
She's very fast, and y'all know this about me. I'm so slow.
We all have our things, but you're a faster quilter.
Usually, if I sit down and do it, yes. If I'm not being a squirrel,
we all have.
I've been a bit of a squirrel the last couple of weeks.
I can piece so fast, and then my tops just sit there. I have a couple tops laying on the back of my.
That's okay. Maybe that's what we'll be doing when we're actually organized more on a Thursday morning. Is you could be piecing and I'll be quilting.
I love that,
and then we can appeal to everybody.
Everyone wins.
Everyone wins. I love this. Okay, so that's one. Now you've got Metamorphosis over here. Now that was a throw size quilt. That's a big project because it's Astra, it's detail. Metamorphosis is a quickie. This is a quickie quilt.
Yeah, so this is one that I made for my niece. The sample version of this.
This is the Sadie Metamorphosis.
We love that for our little Sadie lady. She's my niece. She's the cutest.
So this one has everything but the batting.
Oh, and I gave it to her, by the way. Yes. She said that her only complaint was that the butterflies didn't have eyes. So if you guys quilt this, if you make this, please make eyes for the butterflies. Tag us so I can show Sadie.
I love that. I love that. So these are the colors for the butterflies and their bodies. It, of course, includes the pattern. Your background, which is this lovely shortbread color. I really like that.
It's a great neutral.
A pink variegated thread because we love that. Great for piecing and quilting.
Yes.
And then these lovely polka dots for your back and turquoise for the binding. I just love it.
Pink variegated on the butterflies is going to shine.
It's going to sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle.
And it's small enough that absolutely you could do both.
Yeah.
I think when I did it, I did a meander around the side with just like with a creamy yellow color, but honestly the pink would look so pretty on top of that butter.
Really pretty.
Buttercream, what's it called?
Isn't it shortbread?
Shortbread.
Yeah.
Shortbread has lots of butter. That's
like a 38 by 36 little baby project.
Yes. So that is really little quickie. I mean that's one you could actually complete in a month.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. That would be a great donation quilt. This would also be, if you've been looking for a way to learn curves, this would be a great pattern.
Oh, that's so true.
And especially because babies don't care.
Yes.
Babies don't care.
Yes.
And they're going to puke on it either way.
It is like Christmas crafting season's coming up.
Yeah. So, if you got a baby coming. Yeah.
I don't know
we
about
have
you.
one
I'm
more.
already
Will you grab
planning
the
my
other one?
Christmas crafting.
I know you're correct. I'm still trying to finish my last year's crafting.
Let's see.
My summer crafting.
This is a big boy.
This is a big boy. This one isn't packaged as cute because this one has the batting in it. So this is literally an everything kit.
Actually, everything.
And
that you
actually
need.
everything. Will you hold up the
wonder if we
fabric
should
while I
do a,
hold up?
batting for the baby. Do we not have a
I
size?
can't get my hands on enough throw size batting. If I could, my answer would be yes. And I thought about it, but
Sorry.
girl, I got batting tails. Those of you who are waiting on your Free Motion Quilting Academy kits, you know my woes. All right, so this is another Astra kit. This is another big throw size Astra. It's this one in the background. Notice on all of these, we put the quilt you're making as little background, so you get a little sneaky peeky.
I'm just gonna lean this first.
You're gonna lean, yeah. So this is
inside.
is it 16? No, 14.
Actually, that looks really good.
14 gorgeous sprout wovens over there
So pretty.
on this beautiful evergreen. It's one of the new, I think is it evergreen or
This
teal?
color. Oh,
This beautiful thread. I know it's gonna sparkle because it's gonna blend in
What
on the
is
sparkly
this?
bits, and then it's gonna shine on the green.
I'm
What
obsessed.
is it? What is it? Orpha what?
2315.
2315.
This
This
is so pretty.
shortbready color.
I
Yeah.
kind of actually want to. I kind of need this.
You're like, this is calling my
so
name.
This is gonna go in my pocket.
Whoop! And of
fine,
course
this
your
kit is
pattern
fine.
and the sprout wovens for the backing. So this will be super soft quilt, and you'll have a really fun, not only warm and cool texture contrast, but color contrast, but the texture contrast.
Yes.
So, like I said, these are not new kits. We just put them in new boxes and wanted to show them off again because we're proud of them. Oh, here, I just can get back in there.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Our biggest tip on the sprouts woven, if that's the one for
Yeah.
you,
Oh, this is an important tip. Yes.
is starch it
Listen.
until it is stiff.
Yes.
It will make it so much
Mhm.
easier to sew with. You will thank us.
Mhm.
We can
If you
work on
follow Kate over at Tough Kitten Crafts, she recently went on a tear about Material Magic and literally like dipping your fabric in starch and then hanging it to dry. The sprout wovens would be an excellent fabric to test that on.
I was actually thinking of that exact thing.
Yeah.
Like starch it until it stands up straight.
Yeah. Turn it into construction paper.
Yep.
It'll wash out. That's
It
the
will
whole
wash
point.
out. Yep.
Yep.
Because it wants to fray, which
Yeah.
you can see on yours.
Yeah, because
And
I
this is
haven't
not a big
starched these. So
deal.
I'm going to starch these. You can see here. I'm going to starch these as I press them because I did not starch them before I cut them, which was not smart of me. And I knew better, and I was just lazy. I regret it now. Yes.
Yeah, it's a looser weave, so
Mhm.
you're going to get some of that fraying. It's not a big deal. It's easy to
And
take
it
care
shrinks
of.
up when you wash it. So once you wash the quilt, the weave will tighten up a bit. So it's not like the quilt's going to fray and
Yeah.
fall apart. You
No,
don't
no,
need to be
absolutely
worried
not.
about that at all. It's just while you're working with
Actually,
it.
that's
You
going to
want
add
to
some beautiful texture.
I know.
The way that, like,
it's going to be so
and like with a regular woven,
the
cotton,
shrink
quilting
will be a
cotton.
little bit different just to add a little bit
Oh
of
gosh,
texture.
that's gonna be so pretty.
I
Oh,
love
tag
it.
me after you wash
I
it.
know. We want to see it. We want to see it. Okay. All right. We got to wrap up because we got to actually open the shop here in a second. So any last minute questions about Aurifil, about Sprout Wovens, about these kits? I just felt like with Aurifil having won these amazing Fons and Porter awards that we should just gush about Aurifil today.
It's what we do around
We
here all
love
the time.
them. Yeah. It's true.
We'll do it live here today.
Listen, I started unspooling this on Saturday and it just started walking out the door. Like, it's
I
so
love
good.
it. It's so good.
Yeah. And if you have any questions about any of the colors that we've shown today, feel free to send us an email. Okay, so to recap, the tips we were coming up with for buying thread online.
Oh, okay. Did you get some more ideas?
Well, I think so. So first of all, you can get all this thread and the color card from us at stringandstory.com/shop. Also, if you're new to Aurifil or if you're just wanting to learn more, I also put a link for a bunch of blogs down in the caption of this video where you can just go read about 40 weight, about 50 weight, about using them for free motion quilting, about using them for piecing, and some of my favorites, because like always our goal first is education, right? We want you to know the stuff. But shopping online, I think one is if you do have a color card, obviously that helps. But if you have the PBS color card and can give us some ideas of the types of colors that are in your quilt, that will help us pick things out for you. If you bought fabric from us, you can ask us to match the colors from that order, and that certainly is helpful. If you think you have a guess of the colors that you want, you could simply email in and say, hey, these are the 3 that I think I've narrowed it down to. Can you unspool them for me on black and on white fabric? so I
That's
can
a
just
great
see what they
idea.
look like.
Mhm.
And we've got this lovely natural light in here, so we can get a really good like color
We'll try
picture.
to make sure it's as close as possible. We can't
Yeah.
guarantee with computer screens that you'll be seeing what we see, but we will do the best we can.
Yeah, and it might be a little bit better than a stock image, right? That you can
Yes.
actually see it unwoven or unspooled and see it, in its natural
I
state.
don't know. I was just looking it up on Instagram. I know with some things, like when I'm looking for stuff, I'll look up a hashtag related to the colors that I'm looking for. I don't know if like you could type in. We'd have to look, or maybe we need to start filling out
Yeah.
the
Well,
portfolio.
and we've been trying on Instagram too, anytime we post a quilt, to list the color we use to quilt it so that
Yes.
y'all can get an idea. So there's
Yeah.
a few tips. Hopefully they help. If you have other ideas, we would love to hear. Leave those in the comments. Thank you for tuning in with us this morning for episode 2 of the Quilting Rockstars.
So fun.
This is amazing. So thank you for joining me, Darcy. Y'all, thank you for tuning in. If you are new around here, make sure you hit like and subscribe, and we will see you again next Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Bye for now.
Bye.